Hi there, I am Rosalind Ugich from A Little R&R, and hi, I'm so glad you're joining me today. I blog at Hi Brandy. I blog at A Little R&R, ROS is in Sam, ILIND, JUKIC.com. So you can stop by and check out my blog there. I am currently on blog break, but there's a bunch of stuff there that you can check out. So good morning. Okay, so take a moment. Oh, just a second. I'm going to switch the screen around. Okay, so take a moment and just kind of tell me where you're from. And, and your name, so that way if you comment, I can actually see what your name is. And not try to read your screen names because sometimes it's a little bit hard. So, is Beta. Super. Okay. So, I am today. Oh, you're from the U.S. Okay, you're Miriam. Very beautiful. I love how you spell your name. And you're Deb. Yes, from Oklahoma. I'm so glad you checked in, Deb. I'm glad that you're able to catch this one because I know you weren't sure. Where are the immigrants? I'm not. Oh, from Betchamp. Okay. I'm not sure. We're not going to get into that discussion today about the immigrants. Today's about blogging. So you're from New York City. Awesome. Oh, that's great. My husband's been wanting to be there, go there. From Vienna. Awesome. Well, we're not very far away. I'm from Zagreb, so awesome. Oh, you're from Kentucky. Awesome. Very good. You're Atlanta. That's right. I know you've checked in several times before, and I sometimes have a hard time remembering names. I'm sorry. Okay, so if you're just chiming in, I'm trying to get my screen so that so that way it's not shining too much on me. No, I'm not a Croatian. I am an American, but I live in Croatia. My husband is Bosnian. Oh, I just scratched my head and messed my hair up. Okay. So, yes, they do like to ask me that question. It's something on everybody's mind, I guess, right now. So, you have to be able to show it by 10. Okay. So, we will try then to make this not so long. But if it goes a little bit too long, then you can always catch the replay. So, awesome. And you're Brandy from Florida. Awesome. Yes, yes. Now, I don't, for some reason, your name is always just really stuck with me. You're in Florida. How beautiful. So, I hear it's still hot there. So awesome. Okay, and so I'm originally from the Pacific Northwest, so people are asking. Yes, I'm originally from the Pacific Northwest, from the Oregon, Washington area, land of Starbucks and coffee aficionados. And I am caffeine free. If you followed my blog, or if you followed me a little bit here, my earlier days on Periscope, you know that I stopped drinking coffee for my health. I'm going to have to go back and do that again. Near Seattle. Yeah, near Seattle. I grew up in Olympia, the capital city. Yeah, it's awesome there. You'll be warm until January. Yeah. Yeah. I hear you there. Sort of like, we lived in North Dakota for a very short time, and it was, snow until March. So, yeah, I hear you. It was snow until it was supposed to be, almost summer. So we are talking today about 5 things that you need to start a blog. So I know some of you mentioned that you are either just started a blog or you're thinking about starting a blog. So this is what you need to know. This is going to help you get started. If you've just started, this will kind of also be helpful to give you some direction. I have to say, I should probably also name this scope 5 things that I didn't do when I started blogging. 5 big mistakes that I made when I started blogging. So I started blogging back in the spring, I believe it was March of 2010. And I started blogging because my son, because like I mentioned, we're from the Pacific Northwest. Oh, your seasons are too warm and hot. Yeah, I hear you. It's like where I grew up, it was rain and rain. But I started my blog primarily to help my family in the States kind of just track my son's progress. And it's okay, Brandy. It's all right. Don't worry about it. So that was the reason why I started my blog. I honestly lived under a rock. I had absolutely no idea that blogging was a big thing. And even though in 2010 it probably wasn't like what it is now, it was still a very big thing, and I had absolutely no idea. It wasn't until a couple months later when I started following other people's blogs that I realized what a big thing blogging actually was and what I could actually do with a blog. But up until that point, I did write what could be considered blogs. I wrote on forums and stuff like that. I probably really got on people's nerves because I would write these on forums. I just write these huge, big, articles, just stuff that was on my heart, and would just post it and stuff. But I never really considered actually opening a blog to do that sort of writing until after I actually started what is now a little R&R. Now, I don't even remember what my blog name was back then. I changed it 4 or 5 times because I couldn't settle on, something that I really felt fit me. And actually my readers chose my title for me. And so, I started kind of, after I, started kind of talking about, writing about things that were interesting to me, it sort of morphed and changed, and I would try out different writing styles and different things, and my topics changed with the wind, and it wasn't until about 2 or 3 years ago that I really settled down on what I wanted my blog to be, who I wanted my audience to be, what I actually wanted to say, what my topics and things were. And, of course, by that time I was somewhat a little bit of established, but that really helped to really take my blog to the next level. I can't even imagine where I would be if I had actually started out the right way, but that's okay because, I eventually got there. So this is what you need to do to start blogging. First of all, don't do what I did. Don't just kind of start and then just kind of, wander from topic to topic and wander all over the place like I did. Staying focused is sometimes difficult. It is. There is a hidden, ADD person in me that sneaks out every once in a while. What benefits do you have blogging? There are a lot of benefits. In the focus of your blog. Yes, I understand that's me. Yeah, I do. But that's kind of why I chose a bit of a wider niche. That way I have a little bit of room to play with. But the benefits of blogging really, first of all, for me, and I know for a lot of my friends, it's just a way to unburden our heart. I get something, I read the news, or, I see something that's going on in Christianity today, or, just, something that I've been pondering myself, and it just lays on me and it just won't let me rest. And there are sometimes I've actually gotten out of bed and I've written an article. Because I couldn't sleep until I unburdened my heart. And so that's one of the benefits for me. But also, I make money with blogging, and there's a lot of things you can do in the States. You have far better chance to make money with blogging than you do where I live. But I still make a fair amount of money. But you can make money by reviewing products and, affiliate advertising, with companies, and, and it's also a way to connect with other, like say if you're a homeschooler, connect with other homeschoolers, sharing your creativity. If you have like an Etsy shop, you can connect it, with blogging, sharing your products. If you make digital products, blogging is a great way to piggyback as a way to sell your digital products. And there are just endless reasons why you can blog. Sharing your recipes. Oh, you follow me? Oh, that's awesome. Well, yay, I'm so glad. So, so there are a lot of reasons why, people should blog. And so, the first thing that you want to do before you actually start blogging is to sit down and ask yourself, what is my vision? What do I want my blog to be? Now, this is, your vision and your mission will probably change, not so much change, but mature with time. Mine certainly has. What I started out, to do with blogging, that stuff, it's definitely, changed and matured and grown over the past few years. But you want to sit down and mark out your vision, because that's gonna give you direction for you where you want to go. And then your mission, how are you going to accomplish that vision? What steps are you going to take to accomplish the vision? And then set out, that will help you to set goals for yourself. What do you want your goal to be for this month, for the next 6 months? Where do you want to be in a year, in 5 years, with your blogging? And that will help you to stay on target with your vision, with your with your goals and to kind of give you some firm direction of where you want to go. And then, what steps you need to take by certain deadlines so you make sure you get there. And then you will need to ask yourself, okay, what platform do I want? Because there are so many platforms out there. There are, a ton of blogging platforms out there. The two most popular, of course, are Blogger and WordPress. And WordPress actually has two different platforms. So, Blogger, of course, is a really popular free platform. And if you choose a free platform and then decide later you want to go to a paid platform, you can totally switch. I did this past winter. I finally switched from Blogger to WordPress, the paid WordPress. So I actually own my website now. And I did it by myself, and I did it with no problem. And then after that, I switched like 3 other blogs over. So it's not hard to do. And I know there are a lot of horror stories out there, but really it was a piece of cake. And so, if you decide to go with, like, say, the free, with Blogger, the free platform, or the free WordPress, which is WordPress.com, and you decide later you want to go with self-hosted WordPress, which is where you actually go with the hosting company, you purchase, so you have to pay, you pay for your hosting, and then, and all of that. And so, that is WordPress.org. So you need to ask yourself, and what's going to help you to determine which one to go with is, what do you plan to do with your blog? Now, if you want to actually monetize from the start, you're going to want to go with WordPress.org. You don't want to go with Blogger or free WordPress. If you're thinking, well, I want to get my feet wet and see if I really want to do this or not, don't go with the paid one, because if you decide you don't want to do it, if you decide after all it's not for you, then you don't want to have had an investment. So, then, go with a free platform and then decide, this is really something you want to stick with. And if you're serious about it, I would definitely go with switch over to the paid, because if you're serious about blogging, if this is something you feel like you're going to be doing long term, you want to make sure that you're protected, because, with Blogger and with the, free WordPress, it's not all yours. And so, you're borrowing their platform. And so, it's a free service that they're offering you. And so, you just, if this is something you're serious about, you're going to want to go with the paid, right from the start. So, once you've decided, which platform you want to go with, and like I said, if you decide to go with the free one, it's always easy to switch over. Then you're going to want to settle on a title. And that is hard. I will tell you, it is not easy, because especially if you're going to be buying, your URL outright, it's hard. It's not easy. And so you want to sit down and really think about it. You want to, ask yourself, okay, what title will best describe me, but try to keep it to one, a couple of words, not a long title, because you want something that people are going to be able to remember in a snap. And so, something that's, simple but descriptive and memorable. You can do something that is like, something with alliteration. I did a little R&R. Actually, that was, like I said, my readers chose that, but it's kind of cool because back then it was, I only had one son. His name is Roby. So it was like, my name is Rosalind, his name is Roby. And so it was like R&R. It was kind of cool. And, so a little play there on my sons and my name. And so, little known fact. Well, now it's widely known. And so something like that, but also keep your URL in mind. And so you might want to actually go into, like, say, GoDaddy and punch in, a URL and see if that's taken. Because, one thing that really frustrated me when I first bought my previous URL, which was, rnr.org, and I couldn't have the A because the A with the org and the .com was taken. And so that was something I couldn't, and it's still taken. There's just, I'll never get that. Which is one reason why I went ahead and chose a URL with my name in it, because I also wanted to sort of brand myself. But, and so that's also another idea. You can get a URL with your name. You can actually brand yourself and call your blog after your own name, and that's something that's kind of popular right now. People branding themselves, and that's not a bad idea. It really isn't. And so, that's, come up with a title. You can put it to, to your Facebook friends, or if you've already started a Facebook page on your name or something like that, put it to your friends, your readers, and ask them. I did a big survey and a vote, and then, and then the people with the most, that voted, I put a few names out there and let people, vote on which one was their favorite. And this was the one that they chose. So that's another idea. You can make it a fun contest. And then and then before you get started, you're going to want to sit down and ask yourself, what topics do I want to write about? Now, sometimes what you're wanting to do with your blog, your mission and your vision will determine that for you. I mean, if you're a recipe blogger, obviously you're going to write about recipes, but then, you can, ask yourself, okay, what kind of recipes am I going to, give my readers? So pick topics, subtopics, and categories. And this will help to also keep you reined in a little bit when you get that temptation to kind of want to branch off into left field, which I do from time to time. Like I said, I chose a wide niche, and that gives me a wide variety of things that I can write about. So I'm not, bound by a whole lot. But, if you are doing more of a narrow niche blog, like say homeschooling or recipes or DIYs or, or motherhood, those, that can kind of confine you a bit. And so you want to ask, sit down, pick some topics and subtopics and categories to help you determine, what subject you should write about. And before you launch your blog, this is 6. I said 5, but this is 6. This one's a freebie for you. Before you launch your blog, don't just, write a post and say, hey world out there, I've written a blog. Because there's only one post there. You want to give your readers more stuff to write about. They want to see that you've actually, written more than just one post. So go on there, write, 5 or 6 posts, have them up there. Get an About Me page up there, get a contact page up there so that your blog actually looks like something that's established. So don't just, don't be like, hey, I've written a blog and, bear with me while it's still under construction. Because people will stop by, they'll look at it once and then they won't come back. So if you want to keep people coming back for more, get a good, get your design up there. It doesn't have to be something super professional. You don't have to pay, $100, $200 for a design. I've done my design. Everything I've done myself. And so, it's very easy to do that. But just get an About Me page up there so that when people stop by your blog, they can find out something about you, because that's one thing that sometimes drives me crazy when I go to a blog and there's nothing about the writer. Most advice doesn't actually start with the basics for people, so they have no idea what they're doing. And that's true. That's true. Most people, they kind of start at the middle. It's like, now you have your blog, here's what you can do with it. But these are things you're going to want to know before you actually launch your blog. Another pet peeve is not having a contact page. That drives me crazy. There was a while back ago when I was starting my second blog, which is not in being written anymore. You need a blogging for dummies when you start. Me too. I learned all of this stuff by trial and error. I mean, everything I'm telling you, I learned by trial and error. And well, not trial and error. I learned it by simply error. This is all stuff that I didn't do that now in retrospect I wish I had done. But I was launching a second blog a while back ago, and I was doing a survey. I was surveying people to kind of get an idea, get a feel for what people needed. And I went to a bunch of pages. I mean, I probably went to about 150, 200 blogs. And out of that, there were maybe 20 or 30 that had a contact page. Literally, out of that many people, I was only able to actually contact a handful of people. The only other way that I could contact the person was actually by leaving them a comment. And I wasn't going to leave them a comment because my question for them was more personal. And there was no way to actually contact that person. It's unfortunate, but that led me to write a post about why your page needs a contact page. You need to set up an email for your blog, whether if you decide you want to use your personal email, which I wouldn't recommend, or if you want to set up an actual email address specifically for your blog, which is what I would recommend. you need to have a way for people to contact you, because people will have, good morning, so glad you're chiming in. And if you are just chiming in, by the way, we are talking about 5 things that you need to start a blog. So have a contact page, have somebody contact you. So don't launch your blog without having content up there, without having an about me page which tells people something about you. It doesn't have to be a huge biography. Don't write, 1,000-word biography, just something very short and simple that people can kind of browse through and get to know you a little bit, and have a contact page, and then have about 5 or 6 posts up there. Once you've got that, then you can say, hey world, I have a blog. I'm ready. Come find out something about me, read, some posts that I have. And then you want to just continue to blog on a regular basis. So whether it's 1 day a week, whether it's a couple days a week, or 3 days a week, or 5 days a week, if you're absolutely crazy, blog regularly, so that the people that are impressed with your content can come back and constantly find new content. So those are the 5 things plus the 1 freebie that I gave you, that you want to have to start a blog. So if you're just chiming in, we talked about the fact that you need a vision for your blog. You need a mission statement, which is going to help you to guide you to your vision, because your vision is your destination, but your mission is what's going to help you to get from step 1 to the finish line, and your mission will help you to determine your goals, which are going to be your steps 1 through whatever, A through Z. And then you want to choose a platform, whether it's a free platform, Blogger, or a free WordPress, or if you want to go with a paid one, which is the paid, WordPress.org. You're good with 1 post a week. For me, quality over quantity. Absolutely. Absolutely. Quantity or quality always should trump quantity every single time, and whether that's like for you 1 post a week, for me, whether it's 2 or 3 posts a week, just stay to a consistent schedule. I for a long time, I was only doing 1 post a week because that's all I could handle. But, if it's quality content, your reader's going to be satisfied with that. And then you need to pick a title, a good title, something that's not long. It's like something that's not 5 or 6 words long, because people want to be able to remember what your blog name is. And then something that, of course, that's going to help you to be able to choose a good URL that's not like, 56 letters long. Consistency, your killer. Yeah, I know. I had a hard time with that for a while too. I really did. And then you want to set down topics, subtopics, and categories, which will help you to stick on your topic, not wander from topic to topic. And you don't want to. One thing I did, and I prided myself for a long time in being a random blogger. I was like, hello, I'm a random blogger. I'm pretty sure at one point random was somewhere in my name, because like I said, I had like 5 or 6 names before I settled on the one that I have. Great information to get. Yeah. It is a lot to do to get started. It is, but but this will help you to get started, to get a good start, because if you're going to start, you want to be able to start well, and do a good launch. So, but yes, for a long time, I was just a random blogger. I just blogged about anything and everything. And surprise, surprise, I didn't have very many readers. So pick your topics and subtopics and categories and try to stick to them. And then the freebie that I left you with was, get yourself settled, get the About Me page, your contact page, and 5 or 6 blog posts up there before you announce to the world that you are a blogger, so that you have something up there for your readers to read. So I hope that this has been helpful. Now this is the point where you get to ask questions. You actually wish that you hadn't listened to others' advice and wrote a few posts, and went live. Yes. That, and that was something that actually I did not know until a couple of years ago, really honestly. I found that out when I went to go launch my second website, which like I said is, it's still up there. You guys can visit it. It's called missionalcall.com. It's a missions website, all dedicated to missions. And the lady that was helping me launch it, she actually taught me how to do a launch. It takes a lot of time. She actually, I was biting at the bit. I wanted to get it going. I wanted to announce to the world, hey, I have this new, really cool website. And she's like, nope. And there was a lot of work that went into it, months of work that went into it, a lot of writing and everything. But when it launched really well. And so then that's when I realized the value of, don't rush it. Don't rush it. Get it all ready, get it looking good, and then announce it to the world. I'm the type of person that, I go buy a pair of shoes and, at the mall, and then I sit in the middle of the mall and switch shoes right there, because I can't wait to wear them. I'm that type of person. When I get something new, I want everyone to see that I have it, but there is value in taking your time before you announce to the world your new toy. And so that's the value of announcing your blog when you're ready to announce it, when you have, when everything is up there and you have stuff for people to read. Your advice to people would be to take a few months, work at it, then start posting after you, that's right. Yeah. After you've launched it. That's true. Very, very true. Just get it up there, get it looking nice. Get content up there so that when you announce to people that it's up there, thank you, Amy, for inviting followers. When you announce to people that your blog is up there, that they actually have more than one thing to read. Sorry, this is your advice, not mine. That's okay. You know what? No. And it's advice that I learned. So this is not something that I just came out of, just pulled out of thin air. It's something that, I learned, and I learned it the hard way. Oh, wow. Thank you. Look at all those hearts going up there now. Oh, so pretty. Awesome. Because yeah, I did it the wrong way first, and I did it the right way the second time. And oh, there's another burst of hearts. I love it, love it, love it. So pretty. So yes. So that's my advice. The 5 things: get your vision, get your mission, get your platform, get your title, settle your topics, subtopics, and categories. The freebie 6th, piece of advice is get content up there before you launch it. And then when you launch it, do a good launch. That would actually be a fun scope to do, how to do a launch. We should scope about how to do a launch, whether it's a book launch or a blog launch or a product launch. I've done a few launches before, and I did my blog launch, and then I've done a few book launches. And they are fun to do. They're a lot of work, but they're fun. So let's do that. I was actually wondering what I was going to scope about tomorrow. So maybe we should do that tomorrow. What do y'all think? Would that be a good topic for tomorrow? Just give me hearts if you think it's going to be a good topic, or a thumbs up, or a yes, let's do that, or whatever. Just let me know if you think that would be a good thing for tomorrow. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right, it's settled. Now I know what I'm going to be scoping about tomorrow. Y'all are great. This is why I'm an external processor. This is probably why I love scoping so much, is because sometimes I get on here and answer my own questions. So y'all are great. Yeah, awesome. Okay, we will be scoping about that tomorrow, how to do a launch. That's going to be a lot of fun. So yes, I hope that this has been helpful for you guys. This has been fun because, blogging is my passion. It is definitely my passion. It is a passion that I accidentally stumbled upon, completely accidentally. You are 2 days, there's days you talk to yourself. Yes. Oh, I caught myself in the grocery store the other day. See, this is why I like to take my kids with me to the grocery store, because I talk to myself out loud. And my kids are there, so everybody thinks I'm talking to my kids. But the other day, I didn't have any kids with me, and I caught myself talking out loud to myself. And I was like, oh, seriously? People must think that I'm insane. At least you will listen. Yeah, see? Yeah, I do. Well, sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. But I try. Oh, my goodness. But, what was I saying? I don't remember now. I lost my train of thought. You talk to yourself all the time. Oh, I know. It's fun. It is. Oh, crazy, crazy, crazy. But yes, I was saying, blogging is my passion. It is the accidental passion that I stumbled upon. Like I said, when I started blogging, I did not even know that I could do what I am doing. If they think you're insane, they will leave you alone. Yes, that's right. That is right. Oh, yeah, that's a good reason to go to the store and talk aloud to yourself. But yes, so I had no idea that I could do what I'm doing. I had absolutely no clue in this world that my blog would be where it is today. Not even 3 or 4 years ago, if somebody could tell me that my blog would be where it is today, I would not have believed them. But it is possible. It takes a lot of work, but it is awesome. Signs of higher intelligence. That's what you tell yourself. Yeah, I should start telling myself that. I might actually believe it after a while. But yes, God has just blessed my blog so much, and has just and surrounded me with people that are so knowledgeable that I've been able that I've been able to connect with, that have helped me a lot. If I were to say that I got to where I am by myself and my own hard work, that would be a lie, and that would be very ungrateful of me to say that, because I've gotten to where I'm at by blogging, because I have amazing people around me that I can borrow from and that I can consult when I get stuck. So, like I said, don't do what I did. Don't blog randomly. Don't just, blog about, whatever, stuff from your day. I'm reading this book, and, yeah, you guys should read it too. Stuff like that, it's just, silly stuff. You have a purpose for your blog, and that's where your topics and subtopics and categories will help you to stay on target and to blog with purpose. Because if you're going to invest time and, potentially money into something such as blogging, that has a potential to become something that is fabulous and that is a moneymaker for yourself and your home, then do it with purpose. Might as well do the best job that you possibly can. So this will help you get started. Tomorrow, then we'll talk about how to launch it, because that will be awesome, or how to launch a product. Because if you're writing a book, I have 2 book ideas, and that's all they are. They were supposed to be, actually, I was supposed to be launching them this month, but there's unfortunately still just ideas. So if you have an idea, this is going to be really helpful for you. If you're thinking about blogging, you want to launch a blog, and I would definitely suggest to launch a blog, meaning not to just get on your Facebook friends and just say, hey, by the way, y'all, you guys probably don't know, but I blog, but actually make it a big deal and just launch it with a big, bash. And so it is what it is. Yes. I know. I know I've been there, definitely. But do it with a bash. Hey, if you have a blog that you're just like, oh, it's just kind of like, falling by the wayside a little bit. Hey, get out there and do a relaunch. I did that with my dad's second book. The launch that I did for my dad's second book, actually, we didn't never really launch his second book. It was one of those things of like, hey, Facebook friends, my dad has written a second book. But we never really launched it, and surprise, it never took off. And so we just set out a date, and we started preparing for a second launch, and we relaunched his book like it was the first day that it was published. And so, you can do a relaunch for your blog, take a break for 5 or 6 months and just spruce it up, get a new design on it, get some new content up there, just, unpublished old content that you feel is weighing your blog down, and just do a relaunch. So, that's what we will be talking about tomorrow. So that's exciting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Now I can't wait to sit down and just map out what I want to say, because I am really excited about this. So thank you guys for helping me. And I hope that I've been helpful for you too. This is why I love Periscope, because of this exchange, and this ability to just communicate with one another, and it's bounce ideas off of each other. Yes, we got to work on some old posts from the beginning. Yes, I had to do that too. It was a lot of work, but it was worth it. It was worth it, because I really feel like my blog is now, it's solid. And so it took a lot of work to get there, though. But like I said, it is definitely worth it. So, okay. So I will see you guys tomorrow when we talk about launching products and a blog. It's going to be awesome. So thank you guys so much. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for inviting your friends. You guys are awesome. I totally have the best Periscope followers ever in the whole universe. And so I will see you guys tomorrow.